What's up, my baby daddies? Today I bring to you guys a story time. A story time of the gods. If you just look down and read the title. Read the title. It got pretty lit. It was a lit situation. And viewers, discretion is advised because I'm gonna cuss a lot in this video. I almost killed my best friend. I was this close. I saw the life being drained out of her. This was in high school, probably like 16 years old, 17 years old. I think she was 16 and I was 17. I'll tell you a little something about her. She's very hard-headed. She doesn't like to listen. She's really stubborn, and this person knows who she is. There's no need to use her name. The story is really about just me and her, so I don't need to make up names. And I feel like even if I did do a story time, I would not hide anybody's name. Or maybe I will, who knows. We were some bad kids. Like, we used to do the most. We used to be out at all hours of the night. Like, not in my house, because my mom, she's crazy. So I would go to her house, and she lived in LA, so it was like a different scene for me because I was raised in the Inland Empire. Anybody that lives in California, SoCal, knows what the Inland Empire is. Pretty much it's the Southern Valley. They have North Valley and then they have South Valley. So North Valley is like Northridge, and then Ontario, Corona and stuff like that. That's where the Inland Empire is. So it's away from the beaches, closer to the mountains. I would leave the Inland Empire and go to LA for weekends or for weeks, depending on how I felt or how my mom felt. If she wanted to get away from me or if I wanted to get away from her or whatever. How it didn't matter. Sometimes my mom would say no, sometimes she'll say, oh yeah, go ahead, because she got along with this girl's mother. I was out there for the weekend. She was kind of selfish. She was my friend because we had a lot of fun together, but she was pretty selfish. Whenever she would come to my house, she would sleep on my bed. Or if there was no space, I would sleep on the floor, she would sleep on the bed. That's usually how it goes. She had a twin bed. I think in my house I had a full. She would tell me that she will not sleep on the floor, that I would have to sleep on the floor. I was like, dang, I have to sleep on the floor and I'm a guest? Like, that's messed up. But this particular time, she had just got a puppy. Like I said, she was hard-headed and she was kind of lazy. She didn't want to train the dog. She was just like, it's a dog, whatever. I'm sleeping on the floor, and I didn't like the dog because the dog was a puppy and it licked all over you and it kissed and it peed on you and it pooped on you, whatever. She still made me sleep on the floor, even though there was pee all over the floor and poop all over the floor. It was just disgusting. I have a phobia from when I was really small. I think I was 2 or 3. I still remember this. No one's told me this story. I don't think my mom knows or anybody. I remember this story from being 2 or 3. We lived in Pomona, and we went to one of our neighbor's house to play outside. They had like those water toys and they had a big dog. We were playing in the front yard, and I'm running and I step inside of a pile of dog poop, and I just didn't know what to do. So imagine a little foot in a big dog's pile of poop. So it was just shit all over my foot. I didn't know what to do. I just fell out and I lost it. I felt like I blacked out. I don't remember much after that. I just remember crying. I remember them using a water hose trying to wash it off my foot, and it was falling off in chunks. And I've had a phobia for dog shit ever since. So the dog would poop all over the house and she wouldn't pick it up. And her mom would always complain, pick up the dog poop, pick up the dog poop, and she wouldn't pick it up. And so I would tell her, I'm like, girl, pick up the dog poop. That's nasty. Like, you're living with animal feces, like, all over the place. And she's like, don't tell me what to do, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, whatever, this is nasty, you know? The first night I slept over, the dog came while I was sleeping and peed on me. I woke up in the morning and I smelled like piss and I was pissed off. And I was like, your dog peed on me and you got me sleeping on the floor. This is fucking annoying. She was like, it's just dog piss. Like, go take a shower, get over it. The next day, the dog peed on me again. But this time when I woke up, she wasn't there. She had gone to church. I stand up, and when I stand up, I step in a pile of dog poop. And remember, I have this phobia for dog poop. At this point, I'm livid. I'm pissed off. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe I just stepped in dog poop. I start looking around, like, what do I do? You know what I mean? Like, you step in dog poop and you're not outside in the grass where you can just wash it off. Like, what do you do? I'll wait. Don't laugh. I'm trying to be sexy.
That wig changed you, bitch.
Don't be talking shit about me.
That wig changed you.
Into what? A video vixen?
No, bitch. It changed you into a bitch.
Turtle, get out. Ooh, the camera's gonna die. What are you doing? Put on chapstick? Yeah. You distracting me. You distracting me.
You so rude.
Stink. I was like, where the hell is she? She had texted me saying that she was at church. I was like, okay, and you didn't wake me up. Whatever, who cares? I'm looking around for what to wipe it on, you know, and then it's just, her clothes are all over the place. It was just a mess. And I didn't want to be that bitch to grab one of her shirts and just, you know, wipe it off. Since you didn't want to pick up the dog poop that your mom told you to pick up, the responsibility that you took on to have a dog, you didn't want to pick up the dog poop. So, you know what? I'm just going to wipe my foot all over your shit. How about that? But I didn't do that because, you know, I'm a good person. I'm a nice person and so I'm supposed to do some Samaritan and stuff. So instead, I went into her bathroom because she had a bathroom in her room. And I got some toilet paper. And I got a whole bunch of toilet paper because I was not about to touch that little dog's shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I got a whole bunch of toilet paper, wrapped it around my hand, and at this point I'm just hopping all over the place, right? I'm like, this stupid bitch don't want to clean up after her dirty ass self. Oh, dirty bitch. And I get the toilet paper and I wipe my foot and I'm just like, there's like stuff all over the toilet where you can't lift up the toilet seat. And the only other thing was a stand-up shower. I finished wiping off my foot and I dropped the stuff inside the sink. So I put it inside the sink because I knew when she got home she would have to like wash her hands or something. She would see it in the sink. And that was going to be my punishment to her for putting me through such a traumatizing act. And I know it was a little bitchy and a little petty, pero like I was trying to be, because she was a dirty bitch and I tried to teach her a lesson. You know, when you're young, you don't know how to teach people lessons, so you just do whatever you know how to do. So that's what I knew what to do. And I was like, my mom would do this shit to me, so maybe if I do this shit to her, she'll understand that I'm not fucking playing with her. I washed my foot off in the shower, like I just squeezed a whole bunch of body wash on the floor, and I just started like rubbing my foot on the floor like vigorously because I was so disgusted. Ugh. She comes home from church complaining about somebody and I'm just not having it with her. I'm just like, bitch, I can't even have a good day even if I tried because your ass couldn't clean up all the dog shit all over the house. So I'm just gonna not talk to you. Like, I didn't say this to her. She was just talking like she was mad about something. She was like, I can't believe blah, 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 blah. I was already mad that she didn't invite me to church. I was mad that I stepped in dog poop. So I was just like not really fucking with her. I didn't say nothing. So I was just like sitting there watching her talk all that shit. She was like, oh, why aren't you talking? And I was like, when are you going to pick up all that dog poop? She was like, bitch, when I fucking want to. This is how she responds to people when she feels like she's being attacked. She's very defensive. I don't know if she's like that anymore because we haven't been friends for a good 2 or 3 years. This happened way before that. We were friends after that. She did something else and I was just like, look, I've had it with you. Okay. In my head I'm just like, I can't wait for you to see what's inside your little sink, you little bitch. I felt a little bad about it, but now I don't. Oh, crust bucket. But I was just mad, you know, like, what the fuck? So she goes inside the bathroom, like I said, to go and wash her hands, and she gets inside there and she's like, what the fuck is this in my sink? I was like, dog poop. She was like, what the fuck, Amara? Why the fuck will you put this shit in my sink? And then she busts out the bathroom and she's like, go pick that shit up out of my sink. Mind you, we're both Nigerian and she's younger than me. So I'm your elder. This is just our culture. You don't talk to me like you're dumb. You understand? I never used that against her, that I was older than her. But at this point she was like, go get that shit out of my sink. And I was like, I literally started laughing because when I feel like I'm gonna hurt somebody, either I completely start laughing hysterically or I start crying really bad because like maybe like I don't want to hurt you but I'm about to. She's like, Amara, I'm not playing with you. Go get that shit out of my sink. I swear to God. Ooh, I swear to God. Like she was getting hyped, you know? And I was like, you should calm down. Maybe you should go pick up the dog shit in the house and then I'll take out the stuff from the sink. She was stepping out of her range by calling me all types of bitches and dumb hoes and all that other type of stuff, where I was just like, okay, here's the deal. You pick up all the dog shit in the house and I will go and take that shit out the sink, even though that's against my religion. She said, I'm not picking up shit, bitch. If you don't get that shit out of my sink, you can get the fuck out of my house. I was like, you so funny. She grabs the house phone and she goes inside the kitchen and she calls her mom. And I hear her in the kitchen yelling like, this stupid bitch, I'ma whoop her fucking ass. Mom, I'ma beat her fucking ass. Blah, 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 blah. Come and get her before I fucking kill her. Blah, blah, blah. On the phone, right? And I'm just like, wow. She's doing the most. So I come in the kitchen and I just stand there and I'm looking at her. I'm like, so do you think you could pick up the dog shit like your mom said, the mom that's on the phone with you. She's like, fuck you, bitch, get the fuck out of my face, blah 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 blah. And then so she like pushes me out the way, and she was like, if you don't get the fuck out of my house, I'll throw your shit out my house. And I was like, well, I'm gonna say her name. I was like, the moment you decide to grab my stuff is the moment that you've got shit fucked up. Fuck you. She walks past me and she goes to the room and grabs my stuff. There's a story very similar to this where I beat up a guy because he grabbed my stuff. She's taller than me. She's 6'2". I'm 5'10". At the time, she was as stocky as me as well. So she was like tall and big, just like me. I'm tall and big. She was tall and big. She was taller and big. I walk towards her and I grab my bag and she pulls at it. And then I grab it again. She pulls at it. And so I push her. And when I push her, she has the phone in her hand, right? And she chucks the phone at me as hard as she could. But I have cat-like reflexes, so don't worry, I'm fine. She threw it at me and so I booked it towards her and I fucking like linebackered her ass. Like, I don't even know if I'm using the right terms, but I like bum rushed her at her like knees and like knocked her over. Knocked her into her bookcase. The bookcase fell on top of us. See, this is the thing. I wasn't trying to kill her at first until she started trying to fight back. Then I was trying to kill her. When the bookcase fell, I like grabbed her before the bookcase smacked her in the face. And I pulled her out and then I started smacking her ass in the face. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to hit her because I'm not trying to wound her instead. So I just started choking her. Like, I got my thumbs and I choked that bitch out. And around this time in my life, I was going through a really dark period where everything just started kind of making sense and I started realizing how fucked up the world was. At first we were hitting each other, but now I was like, you know what? Just die already. Like, I don't have time for you. Just fucking die, bitch. As I'm choking her out, she's like, Amara, like tears started coming to her eyes and she looks at me straight in my eyes as I'm choking her out. I must have looked like the devil to her at that moment. And she was like, Amara, I can't breathe. Amara, I can't breathe. And then I snapped out of it because I blink out when I'm fighting somebody. So I blacked out, and then when she said I can't breathe, the first time I didn't give a fuck. I was like, that's my point, bitch. And then she said it again, and then I snapped out of it, and I was like, oh damn, I almost killed my best friend. Fuck. She almost died in my hands, like literally in my hands. After that, I just got off of her, and I went to the kitchen. I was just standing in the kitchen like this on the counter. I was just getting my life. I was just like, damn, I almost killed that bitch. Girl, good thing you didn't kill her. Good thing, because then you would have been on the ooh, what would your mama say? And I was like, look at God. God saved me. Oh, saved her. Saved me too, though. And I was so mad that I couldn't even cry. She was in the room like sobbing, and I didn't even feel bad. I'm the type of person that feels bad if I like step on someone's foot. You know what I mean? Like, let alone almost killing someone and she's crying and I don't give a fuck. Like, I literally didn't care. I was like, whatever, bitch. After a while, I was just like, okay, whatever. I'm just ready for the police to come. Like, I'm going to jail, whatever. Her mom comes back and her mom is like, you girls are like sisters. You guys shouldn't be fighting. What's wrong with you guys? I can't believe this. She's like, Amara, I'm so sorry. I never want to fight with you again. And at this point, I'm sitting in her room, like in the corner, like packing my stuff up. And she was like, I don't think we should be fighting, and I love you, and blah, 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 like all this stuff. And I was just like, in my head, I was like, just get the fuck out of my face. Like, I literally did not like her, and I don't hold grudges. So for me to be so angry, I don't know what was going on with me that time, but I was not even taking her apology. I was just like, get the fuck out of my face. I was just like, give me some more time, because I'm still not fucking with you right now. And she was like, okay. And she goes to the living room. I don't know if she picked up the dog shit. And then she comes back in like 15 minutes and she's like, can we go for a walk? And then so I'm like, okay. So we go for a walk. And she's like, and she's crying. Her face is red because she's light skinned. She starts laughing. And I'm like, what the fuck are you laughing about? She was like, I can't believe we just fought each other. Like, what the hell? She's like, we've been through so much and we fight each other over some dog poop. Like, that was so ridiculous. And then so I started laughing, and then yeah, and then we're friends again. We went to the park and we like swing on the swings, and then we were just cool and whatever. We're not close like this anymore. We're still acquainted. Like, I think we're still friends on Facebook or something. So I remember there was one time that we weren't talking, but she liked one of my pictures, and then when I saw the notification come up, I went on Instagram, and then the notification wasn't there. So I guess she was creeping on my page, and I was like, oh, okay, bitch, you creeping, but you caught yourself and try to unlike it before I noticed, but I caught it. That's where our friendship is now, and the story on why we're not friends is not really a story time because it's really personal. So, okay, love my baby daddies, and remember, the only drama in your life should come from me because I am your baby mom. Have a good day. Give me a kiss.
Don't play with it, don't be the same.